Evening, everyone. Time for more transfer whispers and banter from the Newcastle United kind of the way things are going with our new owners and signings and stuff. I've got a special guest to join me to start with, and we'll bring him in soon. But firstly, please hit the subscribe button, fellas, if you haven't, and lasses, if you haven't already subscribed. I want you to do so. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content, whether it be golf, wrestling, boxing, football, and all the rest of the sports that we cover on this fantastic channel. And also, the option is there to become a member at 99 pence a month. That'll entitle to prize draws that we currently are going to be running once we get to 100 members. Also, there are prize draws available for subscribers. Also, the smaller ones. The big stuff's going to be on the 99p memberships, and that'll be all done in conjunction with our sponsor, who is Sports Trader, which is a charity. They're about to set up shop in the northeast. They've got shops all over the country at the moment, and they kind of deal with low price sports equipment, where people like donate equipment for people who really can't afford to buy the massive prices on big football boots and kit and stuff like that. And it's a great charity, and that's who our sponsors are, and we thank them for that. In the meantime, we're going to have some music, and then I'll bring my guest in. Once we get there. And I shall welcome our special guest. It's Dublin Magpie, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How's yourself?
I'm good, mate. In the 1960s, every bank holiday weekend, there used to be big punch-ups between two groups of people, the mods and the rockers. Now, in World of Sportland, you're a mod.
Why?
In 1960s, you're a mod, ain't you?
Yeah,
So that's a bit of a change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so me and Dave, we've got some news, and we'll bring that to you as we go on. Let's go for the comments and see what we've got. We'll go to the top, and we got... Right, let's see, because loads of comments in already. If you want to join us later, the link is in the top of the comments, by the way. Tom Dixon says, hearing Donny van der Beek has reportedly been offered to Newcastle this month. We'll talk about that later. Daniel says, I would take him. Tom asks for the latest on Ekitike. We shall bring that as we go on. Ginger says we need a midfield to cover the defence as well as one to push forward this window. Our central midfield is worse than our defence. It's why teams get us. Yes, that's a fair point. Joe Linton says yes, Ginger. Michael says even Michael. Big Shungus 15. We're just watching Paul's live show. Yeah, great show. Any word on potential loan deals outside transfers? We will have words about that soon. Ginger says I'd take Chris Smalling and Diego Carlos. That would keep us up.
I wouldn't touch Smalling, no.
Daniel says evening, Billy. Big Shungus says hi, Billy. I hope your day's been good. Yeah, I've had a good day today. Joe Linton agrees with Ginger. At this point, we have two hardened defenders would work wonders. Warriors. Daniel says we need players that can hit the ground like Trippier and Wood. Joe Litton says Smalling experience too. Hayden, the league, Leicester Fox. Hi, Hayden says hi. And Ginger says Smalling is playing ready in Carlos, but he's world class, most highest rated player if we get him in. Daniel says not sure about Smalling. Didn't quite well actually in it, to be fair to him. I mean, it was a bit of a mistake waiting to happen at Man United. But since he's gone to Rome, he's kind of improved his game somewhat. Andrew says, our lads. Ian says, good evening, Billy and W Magpie.
What's the correct?
Yeah, Ginger, I agree too. Ginger says he's doing bits at Rome. He's learning how to defend again. Yeah, it's great comment, actually. He has done really well at kind of Roma.
I'll be honest, I haven't been following him.
No, to be fair to him, he has done really well, and he's doing much better there than what he did for Man United. Good evening, Louis. Dave says hi all. Nathan said Dubravka and Darlow out was just speaking to Baz. Yeah, that's something we're going to talk about in a bit. That's not good news, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And Andrew says, I'll take Van der Budge's beat in a flash. Van der Beek even. Evening lad says Devin. Evening Billy says Shearer. Joe Linton says this morning has been decent at Rome. Yeah, we just said that.
What, right. 2 keepers are out, are they?
You what?
What, the 2 keepers are out, are they?
Rumours are for Saturday is that apparently Dummett's out. And there's rumours that Dubravka's out. Now, the rumours are that Dubs could be on the bench and Gillespie could start, which kind of says that he wants to drop Dubravka. But I'm kind of wondering what if he's going to drop Dubravka, why is he bringing Gillespie in and not Woodman? But Gillespie was on the bench for Cambridge, so
where's Darlow?
He's probably got COVID or just injured or whatever, just not in the squad. Maybe we're looking to get rid of him for whatever reason. Well, the reason is he ain't very good. Okay. So the rumours are that this is from Barry's HP, Daddy's iron source, that Dubravka's dropped and either Gillespie or Woodman, and he's surmising Gillespie because he was on the bench for the Cambridge game. So that isn't good news, is it, Dave?
No, not if it's a must-win game, like.
Because the time we saw Gillespie, he was absolutely dire, wasn't he?
I can't even remember it.
I think it was a FA Cup tie or a Carabao Cup tie away, and he's
only got a couple of appearances for us, hasn't he? Like,
yeah, he's not played many times. He's not played many times at all. Hayden says, even though I'm a Leicester supporter, I do also like Newcastle as well. So Newcastle on my second team, and Leicester on my main team. Good for you, Hayden. Big Shung says, at this rate, Wood's going to in goal for his debut. Rather Woodman over Gillespie any day. And Michael also says, I'd rather have Langley than Gillespie. Yeah, I think Gillespie played it. It was a lower league side in the Carabao Cup. I can't remember who it was. And he made one absolute bollocks up on the one occasion or one of the 2 occasions he plays. Also, news about Burnley's potential new signing, spending their money that they've got from us for Chris Wood. And the rumours are Andy Carroll's contract at Reading ends in the next week or 2. He's only signed a 2-month contract, and they're in for him.
Wouldn't be a bad signing for them, but the thing is, then who scores the winner in the last game of the season? Is it Andy Carroll or is it Wood?
I mean, Carroll's never scored against us since he's left us. When he went to Liverpool, West Ham, and I don't think he ever scored against us, did he? Despite having open goals he's missed.
Yeah. But I do think I'm going to actually say something that's going to shock you. I agree with Ginger here. He's saying it's a bad idea benching Dubravka for a game like this, like, I think.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Very bad idea putting the keeper who he signed just because he was a Geordie. Bruce signed 2 Geordies to try to get fans over. Him and Carroll, yeah, that's probably a really, really good point. And for such a crucial game, if Dubravka isn't injured, Howard's taking a massive risk, I think, putting Gillespie in. Massive risk, especially in a 6 points that we've got to really win.
Yeah, like, because the defence could be a bit stronger if he plays like Dummett at left back, and then it could, like, Dubravka could still have a good game or whatever. Like, he is technically the number 1. He should be playing, I think, but because you should only really change your keeper if like it's consistent failures over the whole thing, or he's injured or something like that. Like, you shouldn't be chopping and changing your keeper that often. Like,
unless he really was injured last week and he's kind of not fit to start, and in emergency maybe they can bring him in.
Yeah.
We've got a new member as well, David Turnbull. Thanks for becoming a member, mate. Much appreciated. Another new member, that's brilliant. Joe Linton says, bring Dean Henderson up. We'll talk about that in a bit. We can't play any new signings as of midnight. It's midnight. Is it tonight? Tomorrow? No, it is now, isn't it?
I thought it got confirmed that it was Friday night.
Midday tomorrow? Is it midday tomorrow?
Midday tomorrow, yeah, because it's not the fixtures, it's your fixture.
That's right. It's not. Yeah, there's game tomorrow, but I don't count for it because we're not playing until Saturday.
Yeah.
Dubravka wasn't in training photos, surely an injury. Yeah, see, that's another thing. And Big Chunga says Friday midday, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I think, midday, because we're playing on Saturday. Let's get into some rumours, shall we? Let's get into some rumours. And the first one is a name. I'll leave that one, actually. I'll leave the one that no one knows about till a little bit later. We'll talk about this bloke first. Chris Wood coming today. And some stats that £25 million. I think it's a good signing. Dave, what's your opinion?
I think it's a brilliant signing. As I was saying before, I think you know the way ASM gets usually surrounded by about 3 players, and that's how they take him out of the game. If you have Chris Wood, you're going to need more than one player to mark him. So that's going to free up ASM as well, probably, because you're not going to put 3 onto ASM and then 2 onto Wood, and then you have Fraser free. So I think it could really start messing up with some other defensive, but I think his signing could help out other players. And then with the crossing of like Trippier, or Fraser, of Shelby passing the ball, like I think it could be like I love a good old school centre forward, and there's not many good ones around at the minute.
You can't get many kind of much more old school centre forward than Chris Wood. He's a real proper old school centre forward, isn't he? And
yeah.
People are saying about the price, but £25 million, not a lot of money to the people that own us, is it? And plus, it's whatever he's worth to us. I mean,
if he
someone's worth is what someone's worth, isn't it? If you had a 5p, I don't know, a 10p thing that was worthless to anyone else, but I really liked it, it could be worth £1 to me. Chris Wood could be worth £25 million to us, and he's worth £25 million to us if he scores the goals. Big keeps and stuff, isn't it? That's the kind of the crux of the matter.
Yeah, well, I think he's gonna. I know everyone's saying he's only scored 3 goals, but look at the service he was getting at Burnley compared to the service that we can provide. I think he's going to score a lot more than people think he is.
I tend to agree with you. Let's have a look at some stats that kind of. Now, these stats are comparing Chris Wood, and I think it might be to Callum Wilson. So Callum Wilson's 59 goals. He scores 0.4 goals a match, whereas Chris Wood's 0.3, which is minimal difference. 50 goals for Chris Wood. 208 minutes per goal for Callum Wilson, 219 for Chris Wood. Again, minimal. Callum Wilson's had more shots, 297 to 269. Shots on target. Actually, in this department, Wood's better. He kind of 130 shots on target from left shots against Callum's 121. So shooting accuracy, therefore, 57% of his shots are on target. That's a fantastic percentage.
Yep.
For Chris Wood against 50.8 for Callum Wilson. Shots off target, 98 for Chris, 117 for Callum. Obviously, has more shots, Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
Shooting success, 19.9 for Callum and 18.6 for Chris. So they're kind of pretty similar in lots of ways, kind of goal scoring ways, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think it would be great if when Wilson's back, the two of them up front, Wilson playing off Wood takes it down and lays it off for Wilson or something like that. Like remember the way Mitrovic used to hold the ball up in the Championship? That was one thing he was really good at. Mitrovic was something like that. And like him and Gale up front, wasn't it? And Gale was running a riot, like. So something like that, because Wilson is quick on the ground, like on pace wise, like.
It certainly is. Tina, welcome to Tina. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It'd be great to kind of have you as a subscriber and maybe as a member also. I was listening to a Burnley podcast yesterday. They were spitting feathers after the Wood deal. Despite their anger, they still said some very complimentary things about Wood as a player. Yeah, he never let Burnley down, did he? He was always he gave them everything he had, and you can't really criticise him for wanting to move for the kind of wages as well, I guess. 3-2 Wood scoring the winner in the 90th minute, happy days. We'll all take that. Jules is in the house. Even Jules. Dylan says ASM was in training though. Yeah, he was, but Dubravka wasn't. Evening, lads, from Nigel. Hearing Henderson isn't out in the mix. We'll talk about that in a little while. Shearer69 says Wood's a great signing and we can survive. That's another great point as well. Not only have we got him, he does weaken Burnley. Obviously, they're in the mix, in the relegation mix with us. So that's a double-edged sword for us, isn't it? It kind of weakens them as well.
Yeah.
Joe Linton says,
I think we could weaken some other teams if you wanted to as well. Like,
yeah, we could absolutely. Let's raid Watford and Leeds and teams in that neck of the woods. We could really do it, couldn't we? And
yeah.
David says he came across well in his interview. Also sounded like he wanted to be here too, so that's a bonus. It absolutely is. I was thinking earlier, we started the season with Steve Bruce as manager, and now we've got Chris Wood in the side and Steve Bruce has gone. So in poetic terms, we've gone from knacker to hacker.
New Zealand to Newcastle, like, and they're both black and white as well. Like, it seems
they are, yeah.
I think if it suits him, he looks well in the two on top.
He did actually. You're right. Hayden says it's a good signing. I remember when he scored a goal that hit him in the face when he played for Leicester. Yeah, I think he was on loan at Leicester, wasn't he? One time. PIF has said the marquee signing will be a midfielder. Yeah, we'll probably come on to that too. Michael says if we get Henderson, we can't get Van de Beek on loan either, can we? Can't loan two players from the same club. That's a good point, actually, isn't it? So it's one or the other, unless one comes permanently.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully get maybe Henderson permanently. I don't know. John Burton says hello, lads, enjoying the stream. Cheers, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Joe Linton says I'd buy Van de Beek. Yeah, that might not be the option though. They might not want to sell him outright, whereas Henderson perhaps we could. And we have someone in, and it's our mate. It's Paul. Hi, mate.
What's the crack?
How are we?
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Good.
Yeah. Radiant.
Definitely. A lot of positivity on my preview show. Lots of positivity for a victory.
Have you heard the news about the goalkeeping situation?
Something just flashed up on my comments when I ended the show. Is Dubravka out?
They reckon he could be on the bench and Gillespie's in.
Gillespie?
According to Barry's HP, yeah.
Yeah, something did flash up on my comments just as I clicked off the studio, so I didn't quite get to read it. That weakens us a bit.
Well, it wouldn't be Newcastle if something didn't happen at a crucial moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was quite expecting somebody like Chris Wood to get COVID or something like that, and then put us right in the spot.
Yeah, that's actually on the train, wasn't it? Let's be honest. He come up on the train. I mean, that's the rest of the no mask.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but
unless you already had it, of course.
I think we've been looking for a lot of players today with things in the contract, haven't we? To get buyout clauses. So it might not be. It might. Well, I don't think there's going to be that many top class players around with those sort of contracts.
I think they're buyout clauses. I think they're a big thing over in Spain. So
yeah.
So you could do it. You could do a lot over there. Like you rate a few of them teams if you wanted.
Well, Haidara's got one till the end, but that doesn't kick in till the end of the season, which is why a lot of people are saying we could possibly get him on a cheaper deal than the 80 million valuation he's got at the minute. Yeah, we're not going to get him for 40 million, but we might be able to get him for like 50, 60. And that's 20 million pound off his value because they're going to lose a lot of money if they don't come the summer if somebody activates that buyout clause. I
do have some news on Haidara. I shall reveal imminently. Ginger says I'd calm down on Wood. I don't rate him, but I think taking away from Burnley cuts their mental state. But like to see Newcastle push for a Marlon type striker, young and talented. Obviously, Donald Marlon's very quick as well, isn't he? Absolutely rapid.
Yeah. I just found out as well that Ekitike is only on 850 quid a week wages.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Yeah, mad, isn't it?
I mean, can you imagine if he went to him and says, "Oh, we'll give you 10 grand a week"? The guy would be like, "Jesus Christ!" He wouldn't know what to do. Unbelievable.
No, we'll just triple his wage. That'll do it.
You've seen that report, Paul, about Andy Carroll being the Wood replacement at Burnley?
Yeah, I've seen that earlier on today. Possibly not a bad move for them, you know. I mean, he's fit, he's playing well. You know, he could, but you know, somebody like Andy Carroll, though, you know, Billy, would suit. It really would suit Burnley's tactics, though, wouldn't it? Long ball,
Absolutely, yeah.
knockdowns and stuff like that. And especially if you got somebody like Barnes alongside him, you know, but Barnes can certainly do the dirty work. He's a scrappy little player, isn't he?
He certainly is. Let's come back to our next bit of rumour milling then. Rumour milling, if that's a word. Right, let's talk about this fella. Seko Fofana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, apparently, us and Burnley are in for it. And we're looking at £25 million apiece. Now, this lad's a good player. Do have some stats on him. Started at Man City, strange enough. He's 26. He's a 6'1" midfielder. Plays for Lens in France. And his stats are: he was on loan at Fulham for Man City, 25 games in 2014-15, scored the once, and then he went on loan to Bastia, 32 games, one goal again. And he signed for Udinese in Italy, where he kind of flourished. 112 games, 13 goals. Then he went to Lens in 2020. He had a flying start with them, and he's played 47 games and scored 7 goals. Ivory Coast international. Not sure if he's at the actual AFCON at the moment, but a really good
he's
player.
A solid unit, Billy. He's solid.
He's huge. 6'1".
I don't know much about him now. I have to admit. What position is he?
He's a centre midfielder.
Centre midfielder. All right.
But the club have come out and said, or PIF have come out and said, I've been reliably informed on my show, that PIF have come out and said that our marquee signing this transfer window is going to be a midfielder.
Yeah. And Lens have set a price of 25 million. I don't know if that's pounds or euros.
The thing is,
and our mates Burnley in for him.
Yeah. He's definitely on a lot of clubs' radars for obvious reasons. But is that the marquee signing that PIF are talking about? I'm not so sure it is.
No, I'm not either. He's a Vieira type midfield as well. He's a real strong, leggy, pacey, but a hard tackling defensive midfielder with an eye for a pass too. I don't have Baz's stats to hand for him, but hell of a player to get hold of him. And I think if it was choice between us and Burnley, surely he'd come for us. Surely you'd think he would.
PIF want a player that's going to draw interest from, you know, like the Saudis to watch the and everything like that. Like, so they're going to want a big name. Like, so I don't know who they're going for. Yeah,
I agree. And I'm not sure that's the name we're looking at. And I'm not sure actually. Maybe Van der Beek would be the name. I'm not sure. We'll talk about Van der Beek.
Well, I think he's. There has been some talk of Van der Beek today, Billy. To be honest, a loan with a view to a permanent buy. Now, I think that suits both clubs to a T, especially us. You know, not having to pay a fee outright, getting them in. And I mean, talked about on my show. You know, a midfield three is Shelvey, Van der Beek, and Joe Linton. That would suit me. That because
I was just saying to Billy, if you had Van der Beek and Shelby on the pitch, you could be pinging balls wherever you wanted. Like.
Yeah, but the only problem is if we've got those two, you know, do we have somebody that's going to protect? I.e., Joe Linton will want to get forward as well, or has been. But then again, I think Joe Linton might be, you know, if he's told by Eddie Howe that he's, you know,
defend the others,
play in the middle, and you look after the two creative midfielders. I think that would suit him down to the ground because the pressure's off Joe Linton then to get forward and score goals. His job is then to win the ball in the middle and just play the simple game, give it to the two creative midfielders and let him be the sort of midfield general. And I'm sure he would absolutely love a role like that.
And Van der Beek has been playing like a CDM whenever he gets on for Man United as well, hasn't he? So perhaps he could do that covering role type thing. I'm not sure if he's kind of an all-rounder, isn't he, Van der Beek? He can play all over the midfield and he's good at everything he does, really. It's kind of strange how he's not getting any game time for Mr. Sinclair's team.
I don't understand what goes on there. I mean, they keep on playing Fred and McTominay. We all know, and every Manchester United fan knows that, you know, Van der Beek is a much better player than them. It's just a really strange one. But Van der Beek, it will appeal to him because he's going to get first-team football. If he just comes on loan, then, you know, he's guaranteed that he's not going to be relegated if we go down. You know, however, if we stay up, he is going to be one part of that new Phoenix from the Flames, Newcastle United. You know, be part of the plan, be part of the ambition, the process, whatever you want to call it. He would be a main part of that, I'm sure, and he'd probably thrive on that, especially with the World Cup next year as well.
Well, according to the HP and the Daddy Source, scheduled meeting on Monday to discuss Van der Beek's loan with Manchester United and Donny Van der Beek's representative. So, positive news there. Aaron Ram's situation, he's out of isolation at the weekend, so he's available to talk to interested clubs. And we are one club in the frame leading the race. So it's not certainly a good deal.
I think he's already done, mate. I genuinely believe he's done. If he's not fair enough. But from what I've been told, he's done. But, I mean, listen, if he's done, he's done. You know, if we get Van der Beek and Ramsey, I mean, that is a fantastic bit of business. Then if we go and get 2 central defenders, I mean, what a transfer window that is, guys. And then there's Haidara on top of that. If we go out and get Haidara.
I'll come on to Haidara while we're here.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's a no-go. Haidara, player and club are way overpricing themselves. And so we're kind of pulling back from that one. But things can also always change at any given time. But at the moment, according to Barry's HP, the Haidara one's a no-goer.
But it's a fact we're in there, Billy. That's the big thing, isn't it, though? We're being mentioned with him. And, you know, how could we say that last summer? You know, now we're interested in players like Van der Beek, Haidara, you know, Botman, you got Diego Carlos, all these players. And let's face it, just one thing stands out for me is what Piff have said, that the marquee sign will be a midfielder. And Haidara will undoubtedly be the marquee signing.
There is a name we haven't been linked with yet, and it's a new name. I'm going to bring it up in a bit, which could be kind of conceived as a marquee signing. But we'll go on to Ekiteke. Personal terms aren't an issue with him. It's about the payment methods and add-ons. They're pushing hard for more add-ons. But Barry's HP tends to think that could be done pretty, imminently. We're pushing hard on a few deals, but time is running out to get them registered for Saturday's game, which is 12 p.m. tomorrow. They've got to be done by. But he's been told to expect 3 new faces in time for the Leeds game next week.
Ooh. Nice.
So the Ekiteke one's kind of in the air at the minute, but he kind of thinks we'll come together and we'll get him. Benoit Badiashile. This one would have been the easiest deal to do, apparently, but the injuries kind of hampered that. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks. Prices
wasn't he expected to be out long term? And now it's but some were saying it's only 2 weeks. Is it? It keeps.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks at the start, and then I think they reassessed it and it went down to 2.
Interesting.
2 to 3 weeks, but they think that could happen. Ginger says, Billy, this guy from Torino, I've seen us linked to Gleison Bremer. This kid, he can tackle hold players off. Spurs want him. Yeah, he's also got the same agent as Trippier and Wood, I do believe.
Yes.
Whether that's where the link's coming from. But yeah, good player. One says hi. Mog says what I just said. Lee Taylor says Gillespie sets being goal against Watford as things stand. Dubravka, Darla, Woodman all out with either injury or COVID. There's talk of Dean Henderson on 6 months.
Yeah, that's crept up in the last couple of hours, Billy, about Dean Henderson.
But the point is, we can't have 2 players in one club, can we? So Henderson or Van der Beek.
Well, there you go. Do they want to? I mean, listen, Dubravka, if it's his knee again, he's knackered because his knees caused him all sorts of problems. Now, you know, a lot of people said that he sort of feigned the injury a little bit because he knew he made the mistake on Saturday. But I genuinely believe that he's injured. His knee did stick into the ground, to be honest, and it looked a bit nasty, and he was clearly injured afterwards. But I have zero confidence in Mark Gillespie, I have to say, and that's just after a couple of Carabao Cup games.
That's right, yeah.
But, needs must. We're not going to get one in before the weekend, so that's a fact. But listen, we may well turn around and say, right, look, we could say to Man United, we'll buy Dean Henderson, we'll loan Van der Beek, and then we'll work out a deal for Van der Beek in the summer, or
give us Henderson before Saturday.
If it's an option, if we get Van der Beek with a loan with an option to buy, we could agree a fee with them now and say, right, we'll buy you in the summer. Or they could go the other way around and say, right, how much do you want for Van der Beek? We'll buy him. And then we'll say to Van der Beek when he comes up for his contract negotiations, look, if the worst came to worst, we got relegated, we will send you out on loan to a top-tier team somewhere, maybe in Europe, not necessarily the Premier League. So you're still getting the top-level football, which doesn't affect your international place if you're trying to win that back. And then once we get up again, you come back and part of the rebuild. There's a lot of negotiations can be said to these players, guys, to basically to get them to come.
Yep.
I think there'd be more chance, obviously, of signing Henderson on a permanent than Van der Beek, obviously.
I'd say so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate for it to make us kind of change our tack as far as the goalkeeper is concerned, because Henderson's bloody good. He's a pretty good goalkeeper.
I like Henderson. Yeah. To be honest, I'd have Henderson in front of Dubravka and Darlow anyway.
I think you're right.
I think he's a better goalkeeper. The problem with Dubravka is I don't think he's recovered from his first injury, and I don't think he recovered from that horrendous mistake he made in the Euros. So he's always got an element of doubt in him. So he's making mistakes on a much more regular basis than he used to.
Yeah, because Dubravka before the injury.
Sorry, Dave. Say again.
I was saying that the Dubravka before the injury was something else. Like he wasn't pulling out of any challenges. He was great.
Exactly.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
Luke says Henderson won't come, ex-Sunderland player. No, he's not. Not Dean Henderson. He's never played for Sunderland, has he?
Henderson, no.
Jordan Henderson, maybe.
Jordan Henderson played for Sunderland.
Then your Henderson mix of Luke. Andrew says, good evening, Paul. Saul says, well, Paul, it's been a long time. You look old. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, he was on my show earlier on. That's why I'm putting in a shift tonight again.
How are you feeling, by the way?
Sorry?
How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm sore, mate, to be honest. It's my ribs aren't broken, but I've got like it's more of an impact injury. What I'm worried about is that I've actually, the impact injury was where my kidneys are. The left kidney. So it's right down my back. But there's no bruising come out yet, so I don't know. It's just really, really sore. I think I'll give it over the weekend, and if it's still as sore as it is now, I'll go and get it checked again. But there's no ribs broken. But
just make sure you're not pissing blood, mate. That's
no. I'm not. Don't worry.
Scott said, haha, some bullshit that Gillespie won't be in net. Well,
going back to that other comment, Bill, about Henderson playing for Sunderland. Shea Given played on loan at Sunderland, remember, before he came to Newcastle.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And look what happened with him. So even if it was an ex-Sunderland player, it wouldn't bother me. All I'm bothered about is these players going on the pitch and playing for the fans and the badge and getting us out the shit that we're in. I'm not bothered about anything else now.
I wouldn't take Pickford, though.
No, that is going too far. That is really taking the no.
There's been dozens over the years, hasn't there? Venison, Bracewell, Broad, Robson, loads over the years.
Look how Bracewell played for us. Look how Venison played for us.
Yeah,
absolutely outstanding players for Newcastle United. So there's no reason. Look at Lee Clark. He went the other way. Did
absolutely
really well for Sunderland.
Michael Bridges.
Michael Chopra. You've got there's a whole host of them. I mean, obviously that I did laugh when Newcastle went to the cup final and Lee Clark was in the crowd with that anti-Sunderland t-shirt on, and he played for them at the time. I thought that was mint. He didn't last long after that.
No, I think they got rid of him straight away, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Julie says £35 play cards right, Victor's heading home now. Well done, Julie.
Yeah, well done, Jules.
Millions and millions of chats here, millions of them comments. Lee says Dean Henderson on a 6-month loan with an option to buy in the summer, cracking deal. If we can pull it off, Ragnick said that he didn't want to let him go. However, this is football. We know how fast things can change. Yeah, you're right, but again, that brings a Van der Beek kind of deal into question, isn't it?
Well, I was watching on the TV today, Billy. Someone got interviewed. I think it was on Sky Sports News, and they were saying, "Look, what is it? It's the 13th of January. Managers can say one thing on the 13th of January, but come like the end of January, they're saying something completely different. Like, oh, we had to let him go. The player wasn't happy. The quotes suddenly changed so much between mid transfer window and end of transfer window.
Yeah. Let's have a bit more rumour. Carlos deal.
Yeah.
It's in advanced talks. It's all about meeting the club's valuation now. Now, we have been in with bids of 25, 28, 30 million bids, all rejected. At the minute, it's at 33 million. We are prepared to go to 42 million tonight for him. I don't know if that's euros or pounds. I'm assuming that's going to be euros, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if we're dealing with Spanish teams, it'd probably be euros.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's euros. So that one looks like it's a real goer. Carlos.
It's certainly somebody they're looking like they really want, Billy, isn't it? I mean, they're not holding back here.
And supposedly Almiron could be part of the deal as well.
Yeah, Almiron.
Yeah. I'll be averse to that.
Listen, that's a no-brainer for me. Absolute no-brainer. If they want Almiron, if they say, right, if we can have Almiron, then there's a deal to be made. So it's a no-brainer for me, Billy. We go for it, because we'll not miss Almiron if we can get Diego Carlos in. I mean, people have been saying Diego Carlos is prone to an error. Every footballer is prone to an error, but there's no way he's worth that amount of money without being a decent footballer. And he's left-footed. We got to. It's somebody we're crying out for is a left-footed centre back. Somebody said on my show that possibly Dummett can play there on Saturday as a left-footed centre back, because everybody used to say, "Oh, Dummett's going to end up a central defender." Does he go 3 defenders at the back on Saturday? Who knows?
I wouldn't be happy with that. I mean, Watford are missing 2 of the 3 forwards, aren't they? With no Sarr, no Dennis.
Dennis might be playing, by the way. He's been training. He's been training today. And Alex, who I've brought on as my stat man on the channel, he was saying he's been listening into Watford podcasts today. And apparently Dennis, I think he'll have a late fitness test, but he's been training today. So I don't think that's going to impress Nigeria too much. Like if he does play, considering. Oh, no. But listen, I think, Billy, we've got to go for Carlos. I mean, if they want Almiron and there's a deal there to be made, then there shouldn't be any holding back. If that's a player we really want.
Tellingly, Carlos and Botman both want Newcastle moves. Personal terms and medicals aren't the issue. It's all about the players' valuations. The bids we made are going in the right direction, close to what the selling clubs want. Could happen anytime. Don't buy into the reports. I
think the Botman one, guys, is going to go on till deep into the window.
Deadline day.
And I genuinely believe that Lille will turn around. If there's nobody's going to match Newcastle's value offer, right? There's nobody will match. And if they do, Newcastle have the power to go that little bit higher. And I do not think Lille, at the end of this transfer window, are going to turn around and say, right, what is it, 30, 40 million? Can we honestly reject that? The financial situation that we're in? I don't think they can. That's why I think they're digging the heels in now to wait till the end of the window to see if they can get a bit more money. But we've got to.
Go on, mate.
It's just we've got to expect this, Billy, though, haven't we? We know that where we're going to go in for players, teams are going to up the valuations. That's just something we have to be prepared for.
It's business brinkmanship, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't matter what business you're in. That's what selling and buying is all about, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess these people in charge of us are well versed in that. Ginger says, Billy, you see after Leeds game, they're going away to training camp with to Saudi Arabia, I believe.
There are, yes.
I think they're going to announce some sponsors over there as well. I think because it's PR stunts as well, probably. So
but that doesn't mean that we won't be signing players. Basically, all they're doing is they're going for a training camp, and that's obviously they'll be going over there quite on a regular basis. I would have thought to the team brand Newcastle United. Obviously, they want to grow it in Saudi now as well. It's probably, well, from what we've heard, it's quite big out there already, but since the takeover, but it can only get bigger. So obviously that's why they're going there. They'll have open training sessions where people can go and watch autograph sessions. Just big up the brand of Newcastle United. But that doesn't mean to say that we won't be active in the transfer window over here. You know that.
No, I think conversely, I think if we're going to then we play Leeds a week Saturday, don't we?
Yeah.
I think if they're going to Saudi Arabia, first time we've gone over there, will they want a marquee signing to be with them?
Very possible. Very possible. But they could do that and then suddenly fly him out while we're out there. You know, so he flies in on his own, and he ends up in the airport on his own. You know, in front of thousands of Saudis, and away you go. They've got the big sort of marquee event, haven't they?
Ekiteke looks very good, to be fair. Hopefully we play much better this week than last. We're well overdue to score a few goals. Yeah, that's a fair point. We haven't scored lots of goals. Who mentioned Malin? Seriously, no chance of him leaving Dortmund to us. He's only just joined Dortmund.
Did you see the goals Andy Carroll scored the other night?
I know, they were disallowed.
Did you see them, though?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that first overhead kick, fair enough. That volley was absolutely unbelievable. And Burnley is supposed to be interested in him. So,
yeah, 2-month contract ends over the weekend, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be no hardship on them to replace Chris Wood with Andy Carroll, is it? It's not going to change the style of play or anything, is it? It's gone straight into the same shoes, virtually.
Yeah.
No, I think Ginger mentioned Malin, but not actually as Malin, but someone like Malin, he said. Obviously, wouldn't be getting Denal Malin at the minute. Seko Fofana is solid, yeah. Nufc says, just hope Andy Carroll doesn't come back to haunt us. Well, yeah, imagine that last game of the season. Kind of evens up the Chris Wood to haunt them scenario, doesn't it?
I'm hoping we're well out of it by then, though, to be fair, by the end of the last game. Jesus, can you imagine?
Imagine we get far ahead of Burnley. We only have offered 17 million for him. Jimmy said the player I'd like to see Newcastle side is Cohn from Mönchengladbach. He's top centre midfielder and battered by Munich. I mean, his kid smacked Bayern's best around. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's really good.
He's a good player.
I've got a player to name that's not been on anyone's radar yet from the source. What about Zakaria? I reckon he's cheap and only has 6 months left. Yeah, apparently Manchester United are interested in him.
But isn't it interesting now, though, Billy, that we're going in with Man United's, with the Man Uniteds and the Chelseas and the Man Cities of this world now. We're competing with them. It's still not real. And just, it makes you think, when we are further up the table, just how different summer transfer window is going to be. Mind-boggling.
We've got some guests.
Guests?
Andy, welcome to the chat. I'm level for Who's got YouTube? Anyone will tell you on or something?
Dave, you need to turn that down. You get Baz's channel into trouble.
You need to get some clothes on you.
Comment from Julia for Dave. So proud. Dublin's an adult now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Midfielder, you mean Donny van der Beek? Yeah, he's been mentioned, as we said earlier. I can't see Fofana being the marquee. No, I can't. Nope. One player, Fofana, is bold. Or bald.
No, that picture was of Fofana, definitely.
Yeah. It wasn't. Burnley only offered 14.2 for that Lens player, Billy. Yeah, they want 25 for him, so. The Legion says it'll be Gavi from Barcelona.
He's got it. That Gavi from Barcelona is the one with £1 billion buyout.
Yeah, it won't be him then. I would have thought. Really surprised to find it was in the Ivory Coast squad for the African Nations Cup. Yeah, it's surprising.
Crazy what happened there the other day.
Sorry, did you see it?
Crazy what happened there the other day. Oh, wow.
He blew for 90 minutes on 85 minutes and then did it again.
The African Mike Dean.
Oh, my God. Absolutely. You can only get that in the AFCON, though, can't you, really? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's unbelievable.
There's been a meme on Twitter. He's looking at his watch, and it's brilliant what they've done with it. It's quite good, but it's strange that we're laughing about something that's so stupid at the same time.
And did you see the medical cart as well, nearly running over your man's head?
Aye.
Your man was lying on the stretcher, and it just your man just pulls up right on it, like.
Where did level 7 go? Did he just disappear?
I think he went to put some clothes on.
Yeah, I think he was naked.
Heaven forbid. Red card if he was.
Hey, you know what
But-
it is, though? He was on John Sinclair's channel. You know how John's made him a mod?
Yeah.
He was banning
chucking-
Foxy.
He was chucking people's comments off for no reason. Just like they were normal comments.
He banned Foxy for a while, I think.
He did, Oh, man.
So this is the player that we've been linked with. That's not been named yet. Not been announced yet. Not been linked with any shape, way, or form. Right, agents have made contact with this fellow. Alexander Golovin of Monaco. He's making himself available and willing to come to Newcastle, by all accounts. He is 25 years of age, an attacking midfielder, and he's played 45 games for Russia with 5 goals, 84 games for Monaco, 13 goals, and before that he was at CSKA Moscow, 81 appearances, 9 goals. I've heard of him, can't say I've watched much of him.
I don't know
Anyone.
anything about him.
True, same here. I've heard of his name, but I'm sure Steve would probably know. But no.
I've just seen George's comment there saying he's a proper baller, apparently.
Let's come into the comments and have a look, see what.
Got one, that one, haven't you? All 4, we don't know that one.
I've never heard of him.
Say that's from the source. Apparently West Ham 1 and 2.
Oh, West
George
Ham
has
won every
Golovin.
fucker, don't they? That's a problem with West Ham. That was
Oh, Golovin, yes, sorry, I do know him, little Russian guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I misheard what you said. Yes, he's got a strike on him as well, if it's the play I'm thinking of.
I misheard you. I thought you said Bolivant.
Don't be mushroom for him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know he's kind of Russian star player, isn't he? Apart from the fullback, who's not really Russian, he's Brazilian, I think, the fullback. But yeah, I've definitely heard of him. Arsenal after him quite a while ago, but CSKA Moscow wouldn't sell him, and then he went to Monaco. But he's done pretty well for them. 84 games and 13 goals, and he also provides assists as well. Takes corners, set piece man by all accounts. Scored a hat trick for them earlier in the season against Nimes, and we don't know what kind of price we're looking at for him, but I can't see him in the statement.
Was there a Euros or a World Cup that he did really well in? I remember.
George thinks the World Cup. It was quality for Russia in the World Cup a while back. That'd be 2018 one, wouldn't it? I guess. Yeah.
I would have thought so, Billy, given that the last World Cup was then, mate.
He would be a good signing. He would be a good signing, yeah.
Good maths, that Bill, son. Good maths.
Quick maths.
It might have been the tournament before. I think I remember Euros where Russia did well, and I'm sure he was a vital part. He scores goals from distance, doesn't he? I think I remember him quite well. Yeah.
I think he's free. He set pieces, isn't he? Free kicks and stuff, and
yeah,
one of those kind of players. So yeah, I'd be quite. I've got to say.
And you get players from that region as well. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Sorry, mate.
No, carry on. Say what you're going to say.
I just think when you get players from them regions as well, they'll always have that work ethic. So if you've got quality and the work ethic, then let's get him in. If he's not getting it, get a game at Monaco, get him in.
He looks like he needs to beef up a bit, though.
So does Miggy.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian's just sent me the Ian, he does the thumbnails for the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
He's just sent us the one for Monday night. It's an absolute belter.
Dread to think.
Quality.
I fucking dread to think.
Bloody hell. Oh, God. I'll send it to you, Billy, on Twitter.
I nearly got John earlier on with one of those fake names. I said we're looking at a left back, Mike Raffone. I try to keep it fucking clean because Holly Blaze was on. You know, I was trying to keep it clean. So it was Mike Raffone, and he didn't. He was just about to read it, and he got halfway through. No, I'm not reading that. No, I'm not reading that. And,
yeah, but he wouldn't read it. He wouldn't read a comment out that had the word toilet. He said, "I'm not reading the rest of that out because Holly's on." Toilet.
What's the now where you keep saying that all the girl presenters that come on and all with him, like, oh, you're going to end up on Sky Sports.
They should have been listening to the aftermath of Billy's date the other night.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
you know, yeah.
listen, I'm still recovering from injury from that night.
You ain't anyone.
I'm sure I injured myself more than I already was before that bloody stream.
That was
I was sitting in the kitchen listening to the stream the other night, and the missus, all she could hear was you get up and stand up and make a noise. She thought it was me. She went, "What on earth are you doing in that kitchen?" It's like, it's not me, it's Paul.
Oh God, I don't want to remember the pain I was in. I've just sent you it, Billy.
That is quality.
It's brilliant, isn't
it? Quality.
Exactly what we're doing at the start of this show. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. That's excellent. Scott says Newcastle's bid to sign Hugo Ekitike has now been complicated by PSG interest, just seen on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the teams that we're going to have to compete against. You know, it's better than competing against the likes of Brentford, isn't it, for a signing? You know, when we went for that centre back in the summer, we're competing with Brentford. Now we're competing with PSGs and AC Milans of this world. It's just completely different kettle of fish.
I agree. And I think we can outbid them, can't we? Whether he wants to move from France or not. But he seems really keen on the move, so that one's I think having to go. I think
again, you've got Qatar against Saudi, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've also got the fact that he's taunted to be the next Mbappe or the next Henry. You know, what's the point in being the next one if the real one's in front of you?
That's true, but he ain't gonna be there much longer, though, is he?
Well, Real Madrid have they really got the money? Like Barcelona, how come they've all of a sudden got spending power?
Real Madrid are run by a country, by Spain, like they are the Spanish government, really.
Yeah.
I think we are still interested in Schick. I don't think so. That one's kind of gone pretty cold now, hasn't it? The Schick rumour.
He doesn't want to leave anyway, to be honest.
There are 5 out there. There's Osimhen, Napoli, who bullied Leicester. David's, that's the Canadian lad from Lille, Jonathan David.
Yeah.
Adjimi from Monaco or Jovic. Yeah, they're all good signings. Jovic has been linked today, hasn't he? Indirectly. So
Jovic seems to get linked with somebody every transfer window. He's just not wanted where he is, you know.
No, he's hardly played for Real Madrid. I don't know what. So again, it's one of these signings that they've made and not used. It's happened many times over the years, even to Eden Hazard, I guess, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But money for no reason.
Big money to spend.
Trouble, would they?
Very true.
Big money they spent on him as well, wasn't it? It was 50 in the region, 50 odd million they spent for him. Last I seen in Real Madrid, I think he'd getting 3 goals in 20 games or something. But a lot of them are 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's got it. You think at that age as well, what's he, 24?
Not old, yeah.
You're getting to that age where you don't start making your name soon. You're going to be a forgotten about player in Real Madrid. No one's going to be interested.
Yeah.
Got to take it. Like Schick, I don't blame him for wanting to leave, because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. He's got a good fix at Bayern Leverkusen. They've got a chance at qualifying for the Champions League. Don't blame him really for the summer. But if they don't qualify for the Champions League in the summer, there's going to be a big queue for him and the lad from Fiorentina. I can't pronounce his name. Vlahovic, but both of them are top class. That's him. Vlahovic. He's him, Shriek, Martinelli, and
who? You get as bad as Barry? Shriek.
Oh, freak out.
There's a few of them. Martinelli as well, I think's up there. I think he's got the potential to go quite high. Arsenal played. I don't know whether you've seen, but Arsenal did really well to hang on against Liverpool there. Like,
what was the final score?
0-0.
Oh, was it?
And Arsenal
man sent off after 20 minutes. I think
Xhaka sending off just before I did my show. There was a
Xhaka again. Did he?
Yeah.
Kung Fu fighting, eh?
He literally Kung Fu kicked Jota in the chest. It was unbelievable.
Then complains when he's the last man as well. Yeah. Okay.
Day 50 says, "Do you not think you are staying up?" So I imagine he supports another team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I think we're 100% yes here, aren't we?
Oh, well, I was out.
I think so. Now that we've shown that the hand's been put in the pocket, yes, definitely.
Yep.
Yes, we do. We do think we're staying up, Dave. That's because -8 says draws, and now it's 11. That's a bit of a change. Jackson hopes so. If Newcastle win, I'll give up smoking. Good for you.
It looks like you're crushing your packet of smokes.
Hey, I actually said on my show that I thought Jeff Hendrick might play, and let's just say I might be missing a left nipple come Sunday.
You
know when you say something, right, was it my right one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was your right one. You're trying to save your favourite one again, aren't you?
Yes. Oh dear.
Ginger's comment about Golovin. He's shy. He was a wonder kid, but his injury waiting to happen. He's shy. He's why Monaco are in trouble. Sorry, he's bad. I'll take it. You don't like him then, Ginger. 84 games. 4 years.
Not liking somebody, surely not.
84 games. So kind of, yeah, his appearances kind of does smell of not playing every week. 84 games in 2022 now, so it's three and a half seasons. It's not low, is it? 84 games.
Hang on a minute. No,
only 30 games season. Ain't bad, really, is it?
Yeah.
It's a lot more Coutinho's played for Barcelona, and he's just getting a move for Aston Villa.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
600 minutes in what? 18 months? Whatever it be.
Yeah, a lot. Even when he's gone on loan, he's not played an awful lot, has he?
Thing is, look, at the end of the day, like we've always said, anybody that comes in January is a risk, whether they're injury prone or not. You bring them in to do a job.
Yeah.
I mean, they've stole a player there. If you can get even 80% out of Coutinho and get him to play a lot of games, you're getting it. He's going to get you goals, isn't he? He's going to get you assists. So.
What's the matter?
Read the comment. I'm not saying it.
Huh?
Read the comment. I'm not saying it.
Oh. God. I don't know what comes on people's head anymore, mate. I think lockdown has affected some people more than others.
Nathan says we should get Witsel on thoughts. Actual Witsel. Yeah, I'll take him.
We were linked with him at the very start of the takeover, weren't we? He was one of the first players.
Yeah.
Although I think we might have advanced to kind of better targets now. Do you not think?
Yeah, he's a bit old now, isn't he?
34, isn't he? Yeah, he's getting on a bit.
He's 34 or 35, I think, now, isn't he?
Yeah.
If
you were going to get anyone like that in the would be available, you would think you would go for Fernandinho at Man City. But, I mean, if there's a player that's at an old age that you think that could do your job for 6 months, he'd be perfect. But Man City's never going to let him go. So, sorry, I didn't even think why I brought it up, because it's pointless. He's not going to move, is he? So, but he's in that bracket of type of player, isn't
he?
Yeah, he certainly is. Bianca's wrote me a song.
You what?
Bianca's wrote me a song.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
Oh. No.
It's quite poetic, actually.
You know what it is? World of Sport after 10 o'clock on a night time just turns into Babe Station or something like that, doesn't it? It really does.
Is that still going?
I don't know. You younger than me. You should know that.
It's funny you should say that, because my dad's 76, and we're having a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I was on about a joke about a guy that was at work, and he put a TV channel on. He went, "Oh, that Babe Station 927 or something."
What, he knew the station number.
What was his phone bill
just
like?
that he lives on his own as well, so that tells you a lot.
What was his phone bill like?
Has he got good?
Well, I remember the phone bills used to come in with calls made to Algeria and Morocco, and you knew exactly what they were. Not that I ever did that as a kid, obviously.
No, not me.
No.
Golovin, defo take him. His class, says Stephen. So, split an opinion. Definitely split an opinion. Where is it said that our marquee signing will be a midfielder? Imagine bringing the likes of Trippier, Wood, Carlos, Ramsey, and Botman, and for none of them to be our marquee signing. Class.
Ward-Prowse.
They want a midfielder, don't they? The marquee signing.
Oh, can you imagine the Southampton fans if we took Ward-Prowse?
I'd love it.
Holy shit, man.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Especially when he plays against Southampton. Oh, yes.
He's kind of Mr. Southampton as well, isn't he? I mean, I think it'd be hard to prize him away, but if anything's going to prize him away, it's going to be a nice big fat wage every week, wouldn't it? Surely.
What was it? Was it Largate called him the Brentford manager turned around and said he was the best set piece right footer in the world at the moment, and then he goes and sets a goal up in the first 5 minutes from a corner. Yeah, great set piece taker.
Yep.
He is, yeah.
Get your points. He saved a point for Southampton, didn't he, when we played them? We should have won that game.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Luke says Mbappe's not going to Real Madrid now.
We'll see at the end of the season. I think he'll end up that.
That's
the club I think he'll end up at. Apparently, John Sinclair's tweeted out saying he's got a lass making her debut on the channel, but won't say who. Interesting.
Don't know who it could be.
I don't think it's Bianca. It might be Gemma. No, it won't be Gemma, would it?
I don't think it'll be Gemma.
No, I don't think it would.
She wouldn't go on there on her own with him.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. But what about Gillian?
Could be.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've seen the pictures on Facebook, so I doubt it. It's got a face for radio. Got a face for radio.
Don't say it, Billy. Don't say it.
Is she on it? Is she on to where? Is she?
No, she's. I've got a photo of her, but I'm not. I couldn't do that.
She's got a face for radio. Let's say
A butterface.
not a plaster's radio.
Is it a butterface? Like everything butterface?
I'm not. I'm saying nothing.
No, nor am I. In fact, I've said too much as it is.
Lovely lady.
No, I don't think it'll be Gillian.
Did she have a big grin on her face, though?
Yeah.
I think I'm glad I don't know who you're talking about.
He done the deal then.
Big grin in the kind of Ray Allen and Lord Charles sense of big grin. Silly arse.
Billy, you're shocking. Like, I'm sorry, you're terrible. Hang on, John Sinclair tweeted out an hour ago, I've got a new lass coming on to make her debut on my channel next Thursday. I'm going to keep it under wraps until then and let you know closer to the time. Keep your eyes peeled for that. #NUFC. What the fuck?
I wonder who she supports.
Well, it won't be Newcastle, will it?
No, probably not.
It'd be hilarious if it's fucking Bianca.
Oh.
It's not going to be Bianca.
No.
He wouldn't be able to keep that under wraps, would he? Let's be honest.
Oh, dear.
Maybe it's Susan Boyle. Judy says, could you imagine the Twitter and Morality Brigade if the UK government state-owned a football club? Batten the hatches. Yeah, that's the way Spain is going to behave. It's completely different to us, isn't it?
Well, how unfair is it? I mean, Real Madrid are sort of financed by the Bank of Madrid or the Bank of Spain, one of the two. You know, so they're never going to get, you know, even when they're in debt, they're under no threat. I mean, how is that fair to other Spanish teams? It's just ridiculous. That's like saying, oh, well, I shouldn't really talk when our club's worth 700 billion quid, should I really? I'll shut up. I'll get me caught.
Isn't Catalonia like that as well, though? Barcelona, where they're like their own, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bath Northeast says, who's the ref Saturday? It's Tierney, isn't it?
Tierney, yep.
Yeah. And we've got Mark Holtzy on the show tomorrow, 11 o'clock for an hour's chat. Provisionally, let's say. But yeah, all things being well, we'll have him on tomorrow. That'll be a good show.
Well, I've sent a message to Mark Clattenburg to come on.
Oh, that'd be great. It's a great show. That would be.
He's just released an autobiography end of last year, so it would be good to get him on.
Billy, mate, have you seen Dan Ashworth get a DOF role? Is that kind of? I've not seen that. Is that going around? Is it the Dan Ashworth thing?
Is that him from Brighton?
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been mentioned before. It'll not be coming at the minute. I think that's a summer acquisition, if anything. He'd be good in the role. He's very, very highly thought of. So, if we can bring him in, then so be it. But I think that's probably going to be a summer.
Is that the guy that was part of the England academy that got the England under 17s, under 19s? Yeah. Seems quite a headstrong guy, doesn't he? Has a vision and just goes for it, and everyone has to work to that.
He's got some very good contacts as well, which would be a massive bonus to us if we can get somebody like that as director of football, to be honest.
I think a lot of people laughed at him once when he gave a conference, didn't they? And then 5 years later, we're getting the semi-finals. And sorry.
Yeah.
Is that Dan Answorth? Is that what you said?
Dan Ashworth, yeah.
Ashworth, yeah. He nobody seemed to pick up on it. Remember Eddie Howe was being unveiled and he was sitting with Staveley at the match. When Howe was walking down, he shook hands with Dan Ashworth, or what I can't pronounce his fucking name. They shook hands when he was coming down the stairs when they were going to their seats. So the two of them must have been there talking to Staveley.
Think about what the game was, Dave.
Was it
Brighton away?
Oh, Brighton, was it? Oh,
I've just
shit. Yeah.
I've just seen a brilliant thing on Twitter. Gabby Agbonlahor.
Yeah.
Well, you will know. Somebody. Do you remember Wagner out of X Factor?
Yeah.
Somebody's just put them pictures aside and said it's Wagner's bastard son is Agbonlahor. Brilliant, man. Honestly, absolutely brilliant.
Michael says, am I the only one slightly worried? Level 7 came on camera, possibly bollock naked, smirked, then disappeared. Yeah, it was slightly odd, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he disappeared as soon as I said put some clothes on.
He did. That's the worrying thing.
Maybe he thought his camera was still off.
Ginger says, do you remember Jovic at Frankfurt? He was keeping them going in for Europe and all. I must have been in the German league, but he was owned by Benfica. They paid £15 million for him, then sold to Madrid for 50. Yeah.
Have you seen the link with that Luis Diaz for Porto's been linked with Liverpool today?
Yeah, his name's getting banded. His name's getting banded about quite a lot, isn't it?
Oh, I'd love him at Newcastle. Love him. Watching him for a couple of years, he's a proper player. Him like, he would suit Liverpool.
And to say Liverpool aren't paying Shelby's wages, or not Shelby, fucking. Where the fuck Salah's wages? Sorry.
Shelby and Salah in the same breath. There's an image.
Bianca's prolific. Look.
Oh dear me. Gordon Bennett, man.
She's prolific. She's 2 songs in 20 minutes.
I'm pretty sure I know who that is. Like,
I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
Rafinha was linked to Bayern for 55 million at the start of window. If we get Carlos, start the Brazilian Revolution. Interesting. Oh, Rafinha.
He can't. Well, Rafinha stands out at Leeds at the minute, doesn't he? But by far and away, one of their best players. He's so creative, and you know what it is. He with Rafinha, he's got that final delivery in the third, which ASM doesn't have. You know, most of the time, if you watch Rafinha, he'll pick out a pass or he'll put the ball in the back of the net. It's very rare that he loses the ball to him. He's a tremendous player, but he doesn't try and do too much, though. You see, that's the difference.
Let's change tack. Obviously, our friend Paul, former co-host, Dave, got a thing on Saturday at the Watford game, which Paul, I think you've sorted that out, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah.
Explain what's going to happen, mate. There he is. There, look.
Basically, we got in touch with the club. I think there's something going in the program on Saturday as well regarding Dave, and we got in touch with the club and asked them if they would put Dave's photo up on the big screen between the 68th and 69th minute, so that he could get an applause, a minute's applause from the fans. Newcastle have come back and said, yes, we'll do it. So that will definitely be happening. We've had confirmation of that. I've sent it out on Twitter, which a lot of other people have. It's had hundreds, if not thousands, of retweets. So Dave's family will be there on Saturday as well. So it'll be. It's basically a big send off from Newcastle United fans, basically. And Dave was always one of these who couldn't believe how popular he'd become and all of that. And he'd be looking down, probably wanting to punch me in the face for doing it, but. He didn't want the fuss. He didn't want the fuss, but I think it's for the amount of years that Dave supported Newcastle, for what he did for the food bank, for what he, what he did for everybody. Just being that absolute gentleman, and the star that he was, and one of my best friends, and I'm so happy that I could do just that little bit for him, and get the, do this, because. For everybody to give him a round of applause. It's going to be very emotional, obviously, for a lot of us who are going to be at that game. His family, his friends. For me, that was so close to him. It's something that I never thought I'd be doing for a long, long time. So it's just nice that we can do that, and it's nice that the club are doing it as well. To get a big, it's not his funeral, but it's the send off from the Geordie Nation kind of thing, which is superb. So if anybody is going to the game, just be aware that his photo will be popping up between the 68th, 69th minute. And really what we want to see is practically the whole ground on the feet. We have, Alex did pass it on to the Watford podcasts that he was watching earlier on, messaging them saying, look, can you try and pass this on to the away fans that will be at the game? So hopefully we're going to get practically the whole ground up and applauding, which will be fantastic, and a lovely send off for him, and fantastic for his family, because his family will see just how amazingly he was loved by everybody.
Yeah. Hats off.
I had a great laugh with him.
Hats off what you've done there, and hats off to the club as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that would have happened before, but different set of circumstances now, and that's going to be something very emotional to watch, even from here. So remember, everyone, get your hands together for the King. I
just want to make sure that the people that can't go to the game as well can hear it. Wherever they're watching the game, whether it be on a stream or whatever. Just to make sure that I've had a lot of messages saying, I can't go to the game, but we'll be applauding from home and all of that kind of thing, or if we're watching it in a pub, we'll be applauding there. It's just something to give Dave, just something back, really, just to give him the send off from Newcastle United fans that he deserves. Still can't believe he's not here. I mean, it still breaks my heart, to be honest, but that's why it's going to be so emotional on Saturday. But on another thing, it's a celebration of just the guy he was. Those that met him face to face, those that just met him through social media and YouTube. He touched everybody, really, and that's why he deserves the send off he's going to get.
I had a great laugh. I remember you forgot Baz's dad's ticket.
Yeah,
I had a great laugh with him. Then me and him were talking for a good while.
Yeah, just the way he went about his business at the food bank, everybody that put money in the bucket, whether it be 1 pence or 60 quid, he treated the same way. He made a fuss of, the kids that used to come along and put money in the bucket. Everybody made a beeline for Dave's bucket. And, the food bank won't mind me saying that, because he was that popular. People used to love Dave.
Yep.
I've got to go, lads. Sorry.
Okay, mate.
Best of luck, mate.
Cheers, come on again, mate, whenever you want. Welcome anytime. Cheers, mate.
But I hope the celebration, Billy, is going to be... the applause is going to also be a celebration, just of a fantastic Newcastle United fan. Because, it's not every day that the Newcastle fan passes away and gets this kind of media attention, if you like. As sad as everybody passing away is, this guy was popular with everybody. And when his photo comes up on that big screen, there'll be people that still don't know that he's passed away. People that would regularly go to the food bank to put money in and realize he wasn't there. just thought he might be ill or he couldn't make the game, and then so I think it will be it'll still be quite a shock to some people as well. But the fact it's going in the program, he's getting his photo on the screen. It's just I wanted to do it because his family deserve it. He deserves it. He's just the guy was. We all knew him, and even if you hadn't met him face to face, you felt like you knew him.
He was looking out for me. Remember, I kept getting stuck over in Newcastle. He was looking out for me, sending me messages saying it was all right and all that. Like,
I mean, he used to message. I still can't get used to it. That I don't sort of get that mid-morning text message or message on Twitter saying, "Oh, how are you? How's Susan? How's the kids?" And with Phoebe going through all our problems that she's going through at the minute, he was always there to talk to and help me and give me advice, and reassure me more than anything that she'll get through, because she's got terrible anxiety problems now, and I need outside help with that. And he was always there to reassure us, and not having that person anymore is very difficult. And I know Danielle suffered a lot as well, because she did see Dave as a granddad, basically. They spoke every day as well. So it's very, very difficult for everybody, but I'm just hoping that this is going to be a celebration of Dave's life as a Newcastle United fan, more than anything. And, that's what I want.
No.
Have you been in touch with Dave's family? Are they aware of how loved he is? And
yeah, I saw his daughters on Saturday. I'd been in touch with Donna, his eldest daughter, before that, but I saw them in person on Saturday. I think his younger daughter found it very, very difficult. She was very emotional, obviously, but Donna's a lovely, lovely woman, and his son-in-law Saul as well. Lovely people, and they just wanted to come, and I think they got a very big surprise at just how popular their dad was. They always knew he was popular in the archery world, but not quite as. They didn't realise what an impact he'd had on Newcastle United fans, and everybody loved him. Like I said, they used to call me and him Morecambe and Wise, little and large. They used to, the
Anton Deck.
Yeah, I mean, it just used to. We were a great. But it wasn't just on camera. I mean, obviously, I knew Dave for a long time off camera before he came onto the podcast. And we would always just laugh. He just had that personality where if you were feeling down, and he always took other people's feelings into consideration before his own. He'd rather cheer you up if he was feeling down than anything. He always had time for other people. And that's just a kind of mantra that I want to carry on. After knowing Dave, I want to be like Dave, and that's how he made you feel. Yeah, I want to be like him, I want to be like this man who inspires everybody. And that's the kind of guy he was. It's still hard, but it will be for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
But his family were, I mean, Donna, as I said, that Newcastle United sent flowers to Dave's home, which was incredible, really. I mean, Mike Ashley would have sent a fucking Sports Direct mug or something like that,
Yeah.
To send flowers, and then obviously, I had Steve Hasty's help to get this sorted with the club, and thanks to him as well for helping me with that. And it just, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not. If you know what I mean, it's just giving something back to Dave.
Yeah, it'll make a final as well, kind of thing. Like,
but his family did get a big surprise how popular he was. I mean, obviously not many people get on the front page of the Chronicle. I mean, that was just incredible. And then Liam Kennedy's place, Newcastle World, they put an article online tonight and said about the minute's applause and his photo going up, and they didn't have to, but they mentioned me. They said it's been done by Toon Reviews Paul, and in liaison with the food bank as well. And then they put my tweet that I put about the minute's applause, because I put a tweet out the other day with saying please note, if you can remember. And they've actually put a copy of that tweet out on their website as well. So, there's been a fantastic response to it. and it's really incredible.
He's worth it, though, isn't he? I mean,
it's all about, it's all about Dave. It's absolutely all about Dave, and just the man he was. And we will always remember the good times, no matter how hard it might be that he's not here anymore. We can always look. We've all, whether we've met him face to face or just on YouTube, we've all got a memory of Dave that we've laughed with. You know, whether it be Dave getting something wrong and me just calling him, you know, an old fart and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, he's got Alzheimer's and all of this kind of stuff," when he was getting things wrong, and you know, just laughs like that we had. But he had that with everybody as well. You know, he had that with people he hadn't met face to face. He just made people feel amazing.
Yeah, and welcome.
Yeah, just
lovely man, lovely gentleman, and yeah, obviously very, very sadly missed. And if you're there at St James's Park Saturday, don't forget to clap your hearts out for him, because he's well worth it. He's a wonderful fellow, and we all sadly miss him. That's all I can really say on that.
Yeah.
If you got any more comments? Let's have a look at some comments. Andrew says, beautiful words, Paul. Jim just says, Paul, I'm saying this now. If we find Diego Carlos's window, I can see the other three players coming in being real stars, because to sign a player second in the league is a real steal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, totally agree. It's a good point.
And Scott says, is Miggy part of the deal for Diego Carlos? So it's potentially makes
That's what we're hearing anyway.
That makes it, as I said before, Billy, that makes it a no-brainer for me. An absolute no-brainer.
Right, so the game's set. Let's come on to that. Before we do that, let's go through all this. Well, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you're always alert when we're releasing new videos. And also, we have 99p membership available. This will go into a charity to get prizes. And the charity is Sports Trader. They're about to open a shop in Newcastle. They have shops all over the UK. And what they do is get sports gear and sell it cheap to people, obviously, who maybe they've got 3 kids, can't afford football kit and stuff, and the football boots cheap there. So it's kind of a charity for people not less fortunate, but also it's a place to go for bargains. But it all goes into charities that they support. One of them's a homeless charity, I know that. Nice lads, and a well-worthy charity.
You were on the show last night if you want to go back and watch it as well.
Yeah, last night's show, they were welcomed on the channel, the Gallagate Guild. So the 2 lads came on and explained what the charity's about and what they do, and they've got white collar boxing events and stuff coming up in Newcastle soon. So really worthwhile charity. That's
Are you coming up for that, Billy?
Sorry, mate.
Are you coming up for it?
I'm hoping to.
It'd be good if you could.
Can't commit yet, but I'm hoping to.
Because me and Baz were talking about earlier on today about trying to get a Toon Review World of Sport table booked.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea.
And have a night, a sort of podcast night out, which would be great.
I'm hoping to get off the game before the end of the season. All depends on events in the next week or two, but things will be clearer then. Work-wise, this is. I've got an interview one day. And if that comes off, I'm laughing.
Good.
It's me. We're just doing that one. Him whooping you with the bucket, allegedly. Miss you, Dave.
The one I remember, the one I remember most of all was when he came charging after me with a bucket, and the dog was with him. I mean, I'll never forget that. Just this dog trying to bite my ankles.
It's a nice comment.
Is that little dog that walks backwards for the money as well? There's one that did at the food bank. Little kind of, I don't know what type of dog it was, but they were getting the dog to do moonwalks and everything.
Yeah, I think it might have been the same dog guy.
Were you on fucking LSD or something when you were there? Fucking dog.
No, literally, yeah. One of the owner of the dog gets it. The owner goes, look, I can't remember the dog's name or whatever, but it goes moonwalk, and it starts actually moonwalking.
Yeah, Dave, I think you've been sniffing some of that day, matey.
No, I swear to God. Go up and ask him.
A moonwalking dog, I've heard it all now. You want to get on its hind legs and start going backwards.
You just start the dog would walk backwards for the.
Oh, Jesus. I've heard it all now, a moonwalking dog. I can just imagine just on its back leg. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's got me.
Oh, bloody hell, man.
That's a lovely comment from Andrew. Make the world a better place. Be like Dave. Couldn't put it better, mate.
You know what it is, though? He always used to end the pod, you know, whenever he did his podcast with me, it was always, his last words were, be kind. Every time we ended the show, and that's something that will always be in there.
Andrew says, I missed our goalkeeper situation. The double spit. Apparently not. Apparently we've got Gillespie in next for Saturday, and Dubravka's could be on the bench as possibly the only one that hasn't got COVID, but there was emergency if needed. But yeah, the rumours are that Gillespie's starting Saturday. Which ain't the greatest.
But I honestly, I take Darlow over Gillespie.
Unless he's got COVID or something, or he's ill.
COVID, apparently, hasn't he?
Well, they need to explain that before they stick the third or fourth keeper in.
Langley, is he on loan somewhere, is he?
Langley's out on loan, yeah. To be honest, I don't really have high hopes for Langley, to be honest, but you know, I guess we'll wait and see on him.
Carlos is out there saying Dublin, that's ASM moonwalking.
The dog wags its head instead of its tail.
Oh dear.
My father went home and away for decades. He pulled 2 children from a burning house. Was an inspiration. No picture on the screen for him. R.I.P. David. 5 man you were. Many heroes. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Billy, let's all chat. If you're heading up, it'd be great to sort something. Yeah, it would be, absolutely.
Well, Jules is in the Midlands as well. You can come up with her and Dave, and her partner Dave.
I'll certainly be heading to New Street if I get the train up to Newcastle. That's how it'll kind of go. Bring that dog to Ellen Road. Dublin, that was ASM moonwalking.
I said something on my show, you know, about ASM, like you just you know, whenever he gets when he gets to the edge of the 18-yard box, he starts hearing the song "Beat It" and starts doing his.
You must have seen the tweet that I done earlier on then, because John said someone was being smart to John on one of Gemma's threads, and John just comes back with "Beat It," and within seconds I had the "Beat It" song up.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that. I'll have to have a look at that.
Scott says, how we got all these goalkeepers injured, what we're doing with them. I'm going to suggest overwork.
Yeah.
Back injuries. Picking the ball out the net too much. Nice to see you one, darling. There'll never be another like Dave. Very sorely missed, absolutely.
100%.
Come on.
Hopefully
after all the clapping and love show for David, shot flies in the top corner for Newcastle United.
Wouldn't that be incredible? Like, just after the clapping's finished, there's a shot comes in and it's straight in the net. I mean, oh my God, that would just be.
Hopefully, we're 1 up before the 60th minute.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping we're about 4-0 up by the time the 60th minute comes.
We will chat, Julie, about this, yeah, definitely. Louis says we'll go to the white collar boxing event, had 2 fights, lost both and retired. Seems reasonable. I knew how to get Maxwell to pass the ball, pay him a pass the ball bonus. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Diego Costa. Make it happen. It can't happen. I think he's on his way to Corinthians. Right, set his game. Let's have predictions. Newcastle Watford. What's going to happen, Dave? Give us a score.
I was saying 3-1 at the Newcastle. I think Wood will get 1 or 2, and then hopefully I want to see Joe Linton get a goal. He deserves a goal.
Yeah, I agree with that. The way he's been playing lately, he does deserve a goal. Paul.
4-0.
Ooh.
I don't know why I'm going 4-0 now with Gillespie in goal, but I listen. I just have a feeling that Saturday is going to be special for many different reasons. You know, given that Chris Wood's coming into the side, and the players will be very aware that they need to do something after what we had to, what we had to endure last Saturday. You know, Dave's applause, everything. I just hope everything comes together, and it's going to be one of those days that we're sort of, you know, chatting about on Sunday, Monday. Just what an amazing day it was.
And I'm going to agree with the sentiment. I think 3-1. And I think we will concede a goal, but I think we'll take their defence to pieces because their defence is dreadful. And we played them off the park at Vicarage Road, to be fair. They're very good at the back. And I just think, but you're a win, and I think we'll get it Saturday. I think it'll be convincing as well. And It would be great if we could score the 69th minute.
I think Watford have a lot of injury doubts, and I don't think all these injury doubts are gonna play. So I think I'm pretty confident we're gonna do something special. It'd be nice, really, after all the crap we've put up with this season, to be honest.
It would definitely, absolutely. Joe Linton in goal inspires more confidence than Gillespie. Yeah, I can't agree with that. I'm praying Saint gets a hat trick. He owes the fans. Could I take Bergwijn over him now? Probably. Yeah, good signing, Bergwijn. I'm not getting him. Look at Spurs. And he says, remember, Simon Dennis could play. We think Dennis might play. We think
Dennis might play ginger. He's been training today. Yeah, the Wolves the Wolves podcast has said he's got a chance.
I just don't want to give any money to Spurs out of principle.
Would there also be a chance Dean Henderson in? Don't like the sound of Gillespie in net. He's awful, a League One goalkeeper. Things would have to move pretty quick. We've got till midday tomorrow to get that done. If so, I don't think it's going to be done that quick. So,
could you imagine we get Henderson in within the day?
Yeah, very, very slight one. We got coming up, Paul, on the channel on Tune of You.
Christ, what have I got? Tomorrow I'll be doing some sort of live show for the press conference and any more transfer news, probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday I'll be doing an instant reaction after the game, which will just be a quick video from the car or something. Sunday will be the match review with me, Danielle and Alex. And then Monday, of course, on here we've got the Horsemen. And next Tuesday, the fan forum. That's as far as I've looked at the minute. But there'll be regular live shows coming up anyway with regards to any Newcastle United news.
We've got Mark Holtby potentially, depending on how well he is, tomorrow morning. We've got a look ahead to the Watford game tomorrow night with a Watford fan, and I think we're probably doing a watch along Saturday too.
Yeah.
Wrestling tomorrow night, I believe, with Louis. Saturday night with Louis, and a championship roundup on Sunday with the championship lads, Annie and Simon and the fellas. So get signed up to us. Get signed up to the Tune Review. We're in partnership now. We're doing lots of stuff together, cooperating, and hopefully benefiting each other. We're certainly benefiting from Paul's experience and his manners on screen. It's fantastic to have him with us. So we thank you for that always, Paul. Thanks for coming on, also, Dave.
No worries.
It's late now. It's 11:30. I think it's time to wrap up, don't you? Get some beauty sleep. So we'll say good night to you, fellas and lasses. Away the lads and lasses. See you soon.
Good night, all.